Let's see who's first into YouTube. There's always a race to get into YouTube first. It's always hilarious to watch. It's usually between Dawn and Bill. I imagine it's going to be Dawn, but we never quite know. All right, letting everybody else in. This is my 100th broadcast. Wow. On Facebook. That's amazing. Hey, Hugh, good morning. Can't believe that you beat Don here. Something must have happened to Don. He's always first. Hey, Nicole, good to see you. Carl GS, good to see you. Good morning. Wireless, good to see you. Carrie, are you kidding me? Good to see you. Karen, Carrie, and Karen. How is everybody? ah, good morning. Tyreek, good morning. Good morning, LA Child. Good to see you. Haven't seen you in a while. Las Vegas Gal, good to see you. Mike, good to see you. Audio super low. I'm just not speaking into it, Hugh. How's that? Dewanzo, how are you? Amy, good to see you. Parasana. Huey and the news is here. How are you? Please swipe and invite followers if you will. That would be great. I am great, Kyrie. Thank you for asking. Baskin Tankar. Good morning. Veritas or Veritas. Excuse me. Amy, thanks for inviting. How is everybody? Good to see you. Michelle, haven't seen you in a while. Shauna, hi. Hey, Bob, how are you? How is everybody? Good morning, everyone. It's Monday. So dark. I know. You know why, Bob? It's Southern California. Hey, Susan. And it's actually starting to sprinkle outside. So it's dark in the room. I didn't turn on the light. It's bright over there on YouTube and Periscope. Hey, Gordon. Nice to see you. Gutshot Bill. That's a new one. Coffee time, LA Child. ah. Hey, Don, you're late. Thought you'd be the first one here. I can't believe that you're like the third person or so. Good to see everyone. Hey, Judy, good to see you. Good morning. Did everybody have a great weekend? I did a late night scope for you people on the East Coast last night. Good morning, Carmen. Good to see you. So, did everybody get to see the interview? Don did not plant the first flag on YouTube. He was not first, Shauna. I was starting to get worried. He was really late. That's not like him, you know. He's always the first one. It's either between him or Bill, you know, every day. Wish I caught it. I'm looking for. Yeah, Michelle, it was really good, but you can hear the replay. People seem to like it. Yeah, he gets detention for that for being late. Sunny, where Bob is. Well, Bob, I'm glad to hear that no snow. Headed out the door to here. Okay. All right, Carmen, have a good one. I know you need to do some corrections on that, right? 85 degrees. Wow. So you're in Florida, right, Gordon? All right. Did everybody get to see the interview with Judge Janine and our president, President Trump? Did everybody get to see that? 86 tomorrow, Bob says. Wasn't that really a great interview? You know, but Shauna, they're friends. They have known each other forever, for like 30 years or something like that. And so I think she wanted him to talk about things and make sure that he got his point across so that people couldn't come back later and say, oh, you were too soft on him or you didn't ask him important questions, whatever. I thought she did a really good job. And it was nice because she would also refer, even though they're friends, she referred to him as Mr. President. She gave him the respect that was due all through the interview. Dawn said she hit him hard. He liked the interview. Great respect. Yes. Hey, Pete. Good morning on Facebook Live. It was really good, and She is a good human being, Michelle. A really good human being, and it was so nice to see somebody, asking pertinent questions, questions that matter to most of us on a daily basis. We want to know these things. She did ask them. I thought he answered them well, and I felt very, I don't know, really good about his answers, really good about him, and really felt good about the way that I believe he feels about America. You have a great day, Gordon. See you later. And I thought that was good. I think if people really looked at it and thought about it, she would make a great FBI director. But I guess now they're kind of really wanting somebody. Bob was watching the Pirates instead. Hey, Jennifer. Good morning. I'm hearing a lot of people say they want somebody with a heavy law enforcement background, and like Ray Kelly. They think Ray Kelly would be really good. And yeah, and she's a woman too, Shauna. I think Mitch McConnell came out with Merrick Garland's name, saying, "Oh, he'd be great for the FBI." Not what I want at all. Yeah, I don't think that Sheriff Clark has the exact background. I think it's got to be somebody higher up in the food chain, if you will, that has been, let's say, at the top, a police commissioner or something. Mitch is just being Mitch. I don't know. The thing of it is, I think they're trying to appease the Democrats. Oh yeah, we didn't look at Merrick for the Supreme Court, but we'll look at him for this. We'll give you a something. No, I don't want you to give us something. I don't give them something. I don't want you to be uh, bringing him in for anything. We don't need to keep appeasing the Democrats. The resisting is never going to be over, LA Child. It's what they live for. It will be this way the whole time. Don't think Donald Trump should play the game. I don't think I think Donald Trump should do what Donald Trump wants to do and quit listening to people like Mitch McConnell. Not that he does. Yeah, I mean, Mitch is still in the old school Rhino days where let's make nice. Let's play nice with the Democrats and give them what they want and hope that they like us. No, that's not what we need to do. We need to play. I don't even want to say play. We need to conduct our business the way that conservatives would conduct business and forget this trying to be nice with everybody in the Democrat side. If they were all majority rule, they would not be playing nice with us. Hey, Sally, good morning. They would be doing what they want to do. And that's what you do when you're in charge. You act like you're in charge. And I think for so long under Obama, the Republicans forgot what it was like to be in charge. So they're having a hard time figuring that out. But Donald Trump, I think he understands. He gets it. How you couldn't nail Hillary in the Benghazi? Because I think Obama was president. That's why. Jennifer says, my boyfriend would, for the job, he is a former military and he was in the deputy sheriff of North Carolina. Wendell, good morning. Good to see you. I think Gowdy didn't do so well under Benghazi only because again we had a Democrat president. Where was that going to go? It wasn't going to really go anywhere. Was he getting all the information he needed? I mean, we still haven't. We subpoenaed all this information under the email stuff. We still haven't gotten everything we subpoenaed. It's just like we're not getting cooperation. So it's hard to do your job when you're not getting the cooperation that you need and that you're entitled to. Gowdy is the man. Yep, way too much cover up from the Obama administration. Yeah, continuing cover up, and we spin our wheels. We don't get anywhere. So we really need to go back and kind of look at that and see what it is that needs to be done. Get the information that we need. Move forward. I don't know if we're going to ever move forward. I don't think Comey has anything over Trump. I think Trump may have more over Comey than vice versa. I mean, there's a new thing coming out today, uh, because Donald Trump happened to mention, oh, well, I hope you have tapes on that or whatever. Now people are saying, with no proof, higher ups that supposedly work for Donald Trump, oh, Donald Trump tapes conversations in Washington, D.C., and Donald Trump tapes conversations when he's in Florida. Yeah, Judy, Comey needs to be the one that's worried about it. taping info is fake news. I know. Exactly, Judy. It's just something, and let's say it's not fake news, and it is fake news because other people who said they've worked for him, like the attorney said, I've never seen him taping anything, never seen a device on his phone or anything else. Even in those in Washington, D.C. and in Florida, it would be illegal for him to do that. Hey, Lisa, good to see you. I took that as Comey might have said something to incriminate himself. Probably could be Carrie or other stuff that he's talked about Hillary. Who knows? Comey's the one who has been a crook. He had much more to be concerned with than Donald Trump, Judy says. Don said 7 other committees missed those about the email servers. So, again, Donald Trump says one word and what happens? Immediately, they go and try to dig up people. And all of these people who supposedly said that Donald Trump recorded people, hey, Jamie, good to see you. They said, oh, well, we can't talk. We're under a confidentiality agreement. Okay, so if you are, why are you talking? Hey, Karen, good to see you. Tian Ming 222, it's your first day on Periscope. Welcome. Good morning. His song, his property record, what he wants. It's for Comey or whatever. So anyway, again, I think we have to be cautious when you hear something in the news. Don't always believe it. Look into it. Just like this 2 scoops of ice cream, breaking news on CNN. Totally ridiculous, Judy said. The left has gone off the rails. Yeah, the whole thing about the ice cream. You heard about that, right? No, Trump really isn't rattled at all. Democrats are desperate. I mean, it's ridiculous. They're trying anything that they can do to make something stick. Ice cream was hysterical. I know Las Vegas. It was absolutely. It's just silly. Really silly. And that's all you can say about it. Oh, Donald Trump, he got 2 scoops and everybody else got 1. Wah, wah. Did anybody else ask for another scoop? Does anybody care? It's like, oh, look, see there, he thinks he's king, so therefore he gets 2 scoops. You only get 1. No soup for you. Jennifer, Hillary Clinton has emailed several times, was told by her soldiers needed backup. They were under attack. There were even phone calls made to her, and she refused to answer them. Of course, Hillary totally refused. Yes, Michelle. They were really upset about the ice cream. More anti-anxiety scripts put out in D.C., Judy said. Hey, Jerry. Jerry had a birthday yesterday. Boo-hoo, wah, wah, crybaby resistance, LA Child said. Media reported Trump got 2 scoops. Everyone else got 1. Yes. I know, Hugh. Something, anything. Just make something stick. Give him 3 scoops. Hey, Joe. How's Winslow? We love Winslow. I know. So ridiculous. I did an article yesterday on Maxine Waters. Everybody put out on Twitter. It was trending for a while. Hashtag impeach Waters or impeach Maxine. I forget which one it is now. It's at my website, SusanKnowles.com. And it was really good. I know, Jerry. Give him a banana split. Who cares? Give him the ice cream scoop off your apple pie. Who cares? It's ridiculous. Oh, but the Maxine Waters article, I think you'll get a good laugh out of it. You should see what some of the people were saying to her, and I gave you some history on her. This is a woman who basically said back in I want to say 2010, maybe 2012, I can't remember now, but she was at a town hall meeting and said that basically if you're against Sharia law, it's bigotry. She agreed with an ACLU guy that said that. People get upset over politics, I think, just because there's so much at stake. Yeah, Hugh said the ice cream Nazi. I think that we saw our country going downhill so rapidly under the past administration that we don't want anything like that to happen. We want momentum. We want this country to get built back up somewhere where it used to be. Yeah, I know. John, it's so good. Karen says her wig is too tight, cuts off the blood circulation to her brain, talking about Maxine Water. We're not all going to think alike. No, that's true, Christo. We don't. One more try. Hey, Lori, good morning. So many of these people are actually practicing Satanists. I have no idea. Snowflake liberal, a libtard here to can hang out with some friendly Republicans, all because of Donald. Yes, John. 4.4% unemployment. But are you hearing that in the news? Bob, if you're getting booted over there on Facebook Live, you can come over to YouTube or Periscope. You know that's the door's always open for you there. Banis. So, I mean, how crazy is that? We should be Americans first? Yes. Sometimes people forget that. She was doing BLM type speeches in Inglewood this weekend. Wow. Well, that's her base, LA child. Renee, good morning. Periscope crisp and clear today. Yes, yes, yes. Please speak English so we can understand what you're saying. CNN, we got Donald Trump's taxes, breaking new Donald Trump Thousand Island, and everybody got Italian dressing. I know. Exactly, Jennifer. It's like, oh, Donald Trump asked for an extra napkin and everybody else only got one. News at 11. I mean, come on. And I love this whole thing about, well, where is President Trump? We haven't seen him in a day. What's he doing? Why aren't we being told? When was the last time he went to the bathroom? We need to know this. We need a record of that. Please speak English, Caledon, or, we can't have you talking because we want to know what you're saying, and most people in here speak English. We don't speak your language. So I mean, it's so ridiculous. Nobody asked, okay, so is Obama, did he step out and get a cigarette? What time was that? Did he play golf today? Nobody cared. Nobody cares about where Trump is, as you know. They just want to make a big deal about it. Police officer, 23 years, our hands are tied with the bad guys. Donald must free the officers. Well, I know, exactly. Tip the waiter, get two, Don said. I think that it's not Donald Trump with the police officers. What's so hard about that is that each state has the right to run their police stations the way they want to. And that's what they're doing, And unfortunately, I don't know what can be done unless you federalize the police, which is absolutely no, out of the question. I think that that's what would happen is the feds are going to have to go in and say, you're keeping your police from doing your job, and maybe fining the people who give the stand down order or something like that. Is there any policy where you disagree with the Republicans? I can disagree with what some of the Republicans do. I don't know that there's a policy I disagree with. I mean, if you name one, I can discuss it, but I don't know offhand. So, the police do have it. Respect the rule of law and respect civil liberties. Yes. Obama golfed a lot. Crickets. I know, Hugh. Media picks the bad cops and showcases issues. Well, of course. Bad news sells, John. That's why they do that. And they want to make the police look bad. And under Obama, he made the criminals look good. The police look bad. That was his agenda. President Trump is very smart. While media is focusing on the crazy things that he says, he's sitting back laughing and getting things done. Right, Jennifer, he is. Some people even say that they think it's what policy is that viewer trying to bait? Who knows? Who knows, LA child? Some people think it's a good idea to have Merrick Garland become the FBI director because, and this is what I've heard kind of bantered about. I disagree with it, but this is what they're saying. That, if you're an FBI director, you're probably going to be doing that job maybe 10 years. And if you're on the Supreme Court, it would be for life. And so they don't want the Democrats to keep bringing up Merrick Garland. So it's like, okay, just give him the position. He'll go away for about 10 years. Yes, Las Vegas guy, we talked about that at the very beginning. It was great. Yeah, I know. As I said in the beginning, LA Child, stop appeasing the Democrats. Stop trying to do whatever for them to keep them quiet or anything else. I know, Karen, Trump doesn't need to appease the Democrats or terrorists, Karen said. It was so true. And we just need to stop and get on our agenda and put forth our agenda. We have majority rule here. Let's act like we do, you know? Let's do something. And we're not doing that. We're not taking total advantage of it. I think Donald Trump, while some people may not like his timing on things, they're never going to like what he does. If they're on the left, I don't care if he came out and did everything exactly as they asked, they're still not going to like it. It's now to the point that I want opposite of anything the Democrats want. I know, LA Child. I do not like the Republican Party. Well, you don't have to, Christo. Nobody tells you you have to. Use it or we'll lose it. Yep. Don says, devil be gone. You see a troll. Jesus is still in the life-saving business. That's true. I would not pick anyone that the Democrats approve because Democrats want someone who they can control and boss around. Absolutely, Jennifer. I wouldn't pick a Democrat. I don't know that there's one that would be somebody who could be impartial or neutral. That's you're either Democrat or Republican, right? And so you aren't neutral. You can't be. House and Senate is Republican controlled. Trump should be getting a lot of what he wants. Should be rambunctious, rambunctious, or whatever your name is. Yes, he should be, but he's not, and a lot of that is due to the fact that we have rhinos like the Bobbsey twins, Graham and McCain, who like to yeah, exactly. LA Child does not like the Democrat Party. Total. There are a lot of moderates. Yep, there are a lot of moderates. I mean, yes. But I think we have to just as Republicans. Arizona, why did you vote John McCain back in? Okay, that's the question I keep asking every day. It's ridiculous. In South Carolina, you've got Lindsey Graham, and you seem to like him. I don't get that because he's interfering with what your president is trying. Or they are interfering with what your president is trying to do. Get rid of these two people. They're Democrats. They are Democrats. So you've got people like that who are standing in the way of this president getting things done. Yeah, tired of the crybabies, LA Child. They'd screw you in the and not give you a. Okay, Don. I sometimes can't repeat Don's. I start to read it and then I catch myself. Wait a minute, I really can't read that. Rated PG here, there, Don. McCain has to go. Yes, he should be gone. There was somebody last night was there's a petition out to get rid of Governor Jerry Brown in California. McCain is a poser, Hugh. And, McCain is supposed, I mean, not McCain, but Jerry Brown is supposed to be out in 2018. So when you're doing a petition now to get rid of Jerry Brown as governor, in a way, I think you're wasting your time. He gluten-free because he's going to be gone next year. And he's termed out, so he can't be governor anymore. LA Child, was it? I don't think it was Feinstein. It was, oh gosh, the other one that's always, I can't remember her name right now. I can see her face. I can't remember her name. I try to play nice, Don says. Try harder, Don. No, I'm just kidding. Why can't someone be a moderate Republican? Nobody says they can. We have a trash heap of people running. Yes, Boxer. Let them secede. Yeah. Hey, Amanda, good to see you. Oh, is it Feinstein or is it Boxer? I thought it was Boxer. Focus on other moonbeams, Maxine Waters, and Pelosi. Maxine Waters. What? You just can't. I mean, seriously. What is it with her? LA Child, Boxer still in? I thought Boxer was the one retiring, though, in 2018. I don't know why I thought that, but I mean, I don't know. I just wish they would all go. Let's have a clean slate in California, and then Donald Trump come in and kind of start selecting people. Maybe that would be better. Yes, they all need to go. Maxine Waters, yes, she's certainly dopey. That's for sure. Half the time, I mean, she goes on CNN, talks about impeaching Donald Trump talks about impeaching him every single opportunity she gets, and then says, "Well, I never said anything about impeaching Donald Trump." Really? Okay, then. I like to be wrong on Dim's LOL. Someone look up for me. Yeah. Boxer is gone. That's what I thought, Mike. I thought it well, but anyway. They have been investigating President Trump as his ties to Russia for almost a year, and have 12 investigators working on Trump's investigation. Out of that, no one found anything. That's true. Hey, Monique, how are you? Nobody has found anything. It's all allegations. And again, the way that the left works, if you say it long enough, loud enough, and to everybody to hear it, pretty soon it's going to become the truth. And that's what they do. I think that in order, for someone to replace Maxine Waters, I really think you're going to have somebody with a lot of experience. She has her constituents so fooled, and they have been for years. Found things on Hillary and Clinton Foundation too, but no action. That's true. Yeah, the people, her constituents, Maxine's, they really trust in her, even though that she's using them and really hasn't gotten anything from them. If you go to the article I wrote at susanknowles.com, please read that article. I've got little tidbits in there telling you how many times she missed the vote, how much money her daughter got working for her. I mean, this is type of news that needs to be out there about Maxine Waters. Thank you, Shauna. That's what people need to see. They need to be reminded of this, who she is. She's as bad as they come. I mean, she really is. Waters is a poverty pimp, Hugh said. Yes. Dawn says she does giveaways. she's really right there with Obama. Whatever he did, that's what she likes to do. She knows how to play the game. So that's the type of information on anybody who's going to come in and take her place. How are you? Can I? Yeah, Monique, I got booted off of Facebook. It's so weird. Somebody else got booted off of Facebook Live, but a couple people do and a couple people didn't, so I don't know. So anyway, Maxine is just anytime that CNN or MSNBC wants her on, she's there. And every time she goes on, she's talking about impeaching Donald Trump. That's her mantra. Hey, Helen, good to see you. So until she's gone, and I don't know about 2018, fake hair, fake impeach. Yeah, but I mean, I don't see a candidate yet that I think could win against her. I really don't. I know it's a little early. It makes you want to vomit, Las Vegas gal. But they really have got to try to get somebody, and I don't know if they will, because in California they'll welcome another Democrat. Typical Dem stuff. A young Dem stole New Jersey spot years ago. Frank Pallone. It's going to be interesting. James Brown wig on her would look better. I thought she was wearing a James Brown wig. Jennifer said, "See, we can play CNN's games, but above all that, like we could do a investigation into Nancy, who she's. Well, you mean Elizabeth Warren, who thinks she's Native American? Yes, it's Elizabeth Warren who thinks that. I guess her grandmother called her, some Indian type name or whatever, and she thinks she's Native American. I don't know. I am Native American, part Native American, and I don't go out there and get free tuition because of it, like she did in school. He was young back then. Dems go after young Kennedy like young politicians. Yeah, they like that, don't they? She used it for free tuition. Yeah, I believe it. What was it? Was it whatever school she went to? Yale, Harvard, wherever. My favorite doll when I was a girl was a Tuckalichi. I guess that makes me. Yeah, exactly. Carrie, if you had a little Native American doll, that makes you Native American. Yeah, CNN will tell you anything, right? Omar is a bit young and too out there in his scopes. Yep, to go up against Mad Max, you got to appeal to the masses. Absolutely. 3 Native American tribes. Like Cherokee said, she was has no native rights. Isn't that funny? She's insane, but can you imagine Maxine with dementia? Uh, Maybe that's what we're seeing, Monique. Now, I'm not trying to be rude, but I don't know. Maybe there is something going on. I don't know. Yeah, you know what, Jerry? All you would have to do, I was going to say, there you go. All you need to do is a DNA bloodline test. That'll tell you if you're even Native American or not. Thought it she had it already. That I know, Hugh. That's what I was saying. And I wasn't trying to be funny. I meant maybe there is something going on. I don't know. But yes, a DNA test would tell whether she has 1 ounce of blood in her that's Native American, and I dare say she will ever take that test. So, okay, Maxine, a native. Keith says she's a native moron. I probably have more. I know, Jerry. Oh my gosh. It's so funny. Some of these people that take the DNA test, they're so shocked that they think they were a certain bloodline, and they go there and they have no bloodline at all, like they imagine. So that's hilarious. 100% bull. LA Child said. Ah, oh my gosh. Okay. So anyway, some more news. Did anybody hear what happened on the JetBlue flight? Don said, "Is Pawnee proud? Laughs will scalp you in a heartbeat." Don said that. Joseph Watson saying Dim's hyperventilating and hysterical tantrums aren't evidence. It is to them, though, Shauna. That's the funny thing about it. To them, if they're excited about it and they feel a certain way, then those feelings miraculously turn into facts. It is hilarious. Absolutely hilarious. So, anybody hear about the JetBlue flight? Freebird, Las Vegas. Gal has cake. Oh dear, no, no. Okay. Hey, Bill, good to see you. So, what happened? Yes, the cake story. What happened on the flight on it's a JetBlue flight to Las Vegas over the weekend? Now, why you would do this, I'm not sure, but a couple brought birthday cake onto the plane. I guess they were having a birthday party, didn't want to buy it there, which, can't have your cake and eat it too, Las Vegas gal said. But they came on with the cake and they put it in the overhead. And somebody says, sorry, one of the flight attendants, you can't put it in the overhead. You need to move that. So they're like, okay. So he took it and put it underneath the seat in front of him. Now, you either put it in your lap, put it in the seat underneath you, or the seat next to you, or under your own seat, right? There's not too many places that you can put it. So the guy sees the flight attendants talking about it because they're kind of pointing to him and everything else. So he gets up and says, look, there's really no problem. I've moved it underneath the seat in front of me. Everything should be okay. It's not going to land on anybody's head or whatever. So they're like, excuse me. You could kind of like hear them saying, excuse me, you need to go back to your seat. This conversation does not involve you. And so he said, apparently, according to the flight attendants, he started cussing at them. And sorry, what was that? No, that's okay. Uh, so he was cussing at them or whatever. And so, of course, he has to leave the plane because over this birthday cake, he's now going to leave the plane. Now, I don't know. Maybe they thought this birthday cake had a bomb in it. I don't know. It seems to me that if he went through the metal detectors with it, people looked at it, then there should be no harm. Somebody along the way, if they didn't think it was appropriate to have it on the plane, should have said, excuse me, you can't have a birthday cake on the plane because we don't want it. But they didn't. So when he was kicked off the plane, good morning, Mark. Thank you. Thank you, Mark. He was kicked off the plane and they got refunded. Apparently, if you're talking about when it doesn't involve you, you get kicked off the plane. So Jennifer thinks Maxine Waters' daughter is under investigation. That would be good. The birthday boy had to run. Boo! It is stupid. I mean, first of all, like I said, just hand out forks. Everybody have a meal. I don't know why you would not just wait till you got to Vegas, buy a cake in Vegas. Go buy, Vaughn's or something, get a cake. Yes, $600,000. Yes, under waters. Cake gate. Yes. How do you get it through the X-ray machine without getting rubber running all over? I don't know. All you got to do is smile when you get on and hand in the cake to hold for you. Or the ACLU planted the guy with his birthday cake to cause chaos. Cake bomb. I mean, I don't know. But why kick the guy off? You could say, sir, I'm sorry. We can't have the cake on the plane. You're going to have to dump the cake if that's your policy. We are living in a mad, mad world, Monique said. Yes, Monique, we are. Uh, so basically, these people get off the plane and the birthday boy or girl or man or woman, whatever, in L.A. or in Las Vegas didn't get that birthday cake, or at least maybe not that same day. I have no idea. I don't know if they got another flight. I don't know what they did. Get rid of the guy. Rules are rules. LA Child, but are there rules about birthday cakes? Can you not bring a birthday cake on? And again, why didn't somebody at the beginning, somewhere going through the checkpoint somewhere, say, hey, you know what? I'm sorry, you can't have a birthday cake. I mean, there are places that we go in California, let's say, for example, to a game, like a baseball game or whatever. You're not allowed to bring in bottles that are open. That's more for people so they won't bring in alcohol. So, there are policies, and I understand that. So if I bring water with me, I don't open it until after I get in. Yes, need a cake sniffing dog. Maybe perishable items are at the discretion of the flight attendants. I don't know. The flight attendants could have said, sir, we'll hold this for you up front, or we'll put it in the refrigerator and you can get it when you get off the plane. What would have been the harm in doing that? It just sounds like somebody made a big deal out of the cake. So, I mean, I don't know who that somebody was, but which side? I wasn't there. So each side says the other side was wrong. So nobody had their cake and they couldn't eat it too. So I don't know. Liquids under so many ounces, I don't see how it got on the plane in the first place. I know, Bill, exactly right, Susan. They could have held it. People just need to read what airlines list do or don'ts. Yeah, Jamie, that would be good. You can't bring fresh fish into the overhead bins and just flip it in. Oh. I mean, typically on the airlines, correct me if I'm wrong, you're not supposed to take food at all. Food is not allowed on the plane. So, yes, the Ninth Circuit Court does suck, and they're supposed to be hearing the travel ban or travel restrictions executive order today for Donald Trump. Open food. Okay. So I guess the cake box was considered open food, perhaps. I don't know. But again, they could have if it was the fact that he had open food, they could have said, "We'll just put it up there." Now you're starving. Now they starve us at the airport so you can bring food from the airport. Yeah, I mean, if you're stuck on there for 3 hours, what are you going to eat? Ban water, build a wall around it. Maybe a drone will drop it on the receiving party. I remember a time that when you were handed a ticket at the airport and they used to have a manual of what is acceptable on a plane and what is not, people just read the manual, Jennifer said. Yeah. Monique said, I no longer wonder why crazy things happen in hospitals and psych wards. If you connect the dots, we will see that's exactly who's running our country, including the airlines. Oh, my gosh. Unbelievable. Okay, so we know there's a lot of graduations taking place. And this weekend, there was another graduation in Florida. And a university in Florida awarded Trayvon Martin a posthumous aeronautical science degree. Exactly, LA Child. You can have your cake, but not today. Drug pushers, Monique, Dawn said to Monique. Yes, Karen. So I don't even, yeah. I'm repeating what I heard. He got a posthumous award for aeronautical science degree from a Florida university over the weekend. That was Trayvon Martin. I'm not sure why now, why so long past, why that particular degree, why not anything. I have no idea. I know Bill wants one too. We'll try to think of one for you, Bill. Karen says pathetic. Yep. Don't you know drug pushers are the new hero? LA Child said. I roll here, Las Vegas gal. Why can't we just go to the Supreme Court instead of dealing with the liberal courts? Because you have to go through the chain of command, so to speak, and you can't just necessarily go to the next court without going through appeals court. You want one too, Mark? Tell us what you want. We'll try to get that for you. Maybe he knew the speed and distance of 45. Oh, gosh. I can't read that one off. Uh, Hello, Danielle. Good to see you. So, yeah. And I know a lot of people, there are some people that die tragically. They are given, posthumous awards like that. Uh, and this was one that was handed out this weekend. And speaking of school, do you remember the case of the substitute teacher in New Jersey? Anybody can get an honorary degree. Yeah, that's true, Jerry. And everybody can get a degree if they earn it, work for it, want one, I guess. Did she? The substitute teacher was a male. So in 2014, there was a substitute teacher who was in class, and for some reason pertinent to the conversation they were having, the the substitute teacher said, "The first shall be last, but the last shall be first." And so, oh, that's okay, JJ. You can just, you may want to replay it. We're talking about a lot of stuff. Uh, and so he made that comment, and a student came up, I think, like after class, and said, "Where did that comment come from?" Because they wanted to kind of like do research on it and learn. They're in school, so they wanted to learn. And he said it came from the Bible. And so the kid said, I don't know how, it was high school, I believe. The kid said, wow, I guess he didn't have a Bible. So he asked for a Bible. He said, "How do I get a Bible?" So the substitute teacher said, "Take my Bible. Here's my Bible." And so he got terminated for that. This was in New Jersey. And he got terminated. That was in 2014. And so the Equal Employment Opportunity Commission ruled that he was discriminated against for that. And he got his job back. After, 3 years? He gets his job back as a substitute teacher. I'm glad he got his job back. I don't know if he got other compensation. I mean, for loss of work for that long, but should have gotten something for pain and suffering, I think. But maybe, that's what they agreed on. Yeah, it's good to hear that. Back pay. But as a substitute teacher, you're not guaranteed that you will have work. And so that's probably, if they didn't give him too much. But again, pain and suffering, I think it'd be hard to show damages. I mean, he probably didn't have any issues. There were no damages to show, but it is a shame. And then, here's the thing about being a substitute teacher. What if a person passes students the Quran? Well, LA Child, the thing of it is the student asked for it. It wasn't like he said, "Oh, here I'm handing out Bibles to everyone." In this particular case, the student asked for the Bible. I guess if the student asked for a Quran, I mean, I don't even think that would go to court. I don't think the guy would be fired. We wouldn't be having the same conversation. Everybody would say, "Oh, that's so sweet. That's so nice." Yeah, then they get prayer rooms and, hijabs to wear. The rest of the class can have that hijabs given out. I mean, you know how it goes. It's not doesn't fairly go both ways. LA Child, what's wrong with you? Why didn't you know that? Come on now. Go to the San Diego Unified School District who wants to have safe spaces for all Muslims because according to a CARE study in 2015, all Muslims are picked on. They're bullied in school, so they need a safe space, prayer room, and for all the students to be taught Islam in social studies. Come on, LA child. No, I know Barbara. I'm giving her. She knows I'm kidding with her. LA child. She knows I'm joking with her. I blocked her one day by accident, so she knows I blocked. I know, Barbara. So I mean, it's pretty pathetic, and it's only going to get worse. Okay, so did everybody have a great Mother's Day? Because I have a Mother's Day story for you. I know, LA child got blocked. Boop, there she goes. I let you back in though, and you went over to YouTube. You're, Bill is the troublemaker. You are, Bill. You're being less troublesome today. Donna said Muslims want to rule the world. Full stop. Period. Yeah, Donna, I've done so many shows with experts coming on my shows at Spreaker.com. Type in Susan Knowles. That tells you all about what they want to do. Great to have options. Yes, it is. See, we have the options, Ellie Child, because I unintentionally block people. You had steak dinner on Mother's Day. Well, that's really good. That was a fast food day. Um, the thing about it, there was a child in South Carolina, a little boy, a little 6-year-old boy, and this is a sad story. Family in laws, horses, dogs, all crazy. Looked for a full moon, but no luck. They're just crazy. um, the allegations that this little boy, 6 years old, made a Happy Mother's Day card, and his mother, Chantrell Murphy, 30 years old, allegedly saw the card, found out that it was not for her. So it's Mother's Day. The mom gets the card, and it's not for her. It's for the grandmother. So what is being alleged is that the mother began to repeatedly hit the little boy, tore up the card. The grandmother told the police that the daughter had slapped the boy multiple times around his head, and she admits to smacking the boy but doesn't feel it was hard or violent in any manner. So here you have a kid. Grandma must have been a better mother, and that was, I'm sure that was hard for the mother to take, right? And so the mother destroys the card, supposedly, and allegedly beats up the little boy. Now, for the rest of his life, what are Mother's Day memories going to be like? How wonderful is that going to be for him? And I didn't see any report saying that CPS was there taking the child or giving the child to the grandmother or anything else. It is very sad. She proved the kid's point. She absolutely did, Shauna. On Mother's Day. Yes. Jennifer said, we have all black colleges, but we're not allowed to say that's racist. But if another race comes out with all white, Hispanic college, and so on, we are considered racist. Should have given the custody to grandmother. Yeah, maybe they will. Don says he's got a lock of hair and a bit of ashes. There she is. Take the hits, move on. Monique said we had a wonderful Mother's Day. So, yeah, I mean, pretty sad for this little boy who's always going to remember that making a card on Mother's Day for his grandmother was horrible. CPS in South Carolina will scoop that kind of kid up. In South Carolina, they don't play. Good, I hope so. And I hope they just give him to his grandmother, because obviously people were saying grandmother is probably better and nicer to him than his mother. This poor little boy, 6-year-old kid, so sad. So sad. So, yes, I mean, my gosh. And then the mother tries to downplay it. Paul, are you anxious to hear? Or I will look it up at the mother's in jail. Okay, Jamie. Mother's probably, I think the mother's out on bond right now, right on bail. In Charlottesville, Virginia, over the weekend, the city council voted to remove the Confederate monument for General Robert E. Lee from one of their parks. And one group showed up over the weekend to protest it, and they had torches in their hands. And what the group was saying is that white people across the country recognize there's a war of symbolism underway, and they don't want the monument removed because it's part of American history. And the group, supposedly, this is what's coming out in mainstream media. I have no idea if this is true or not. Well, they're trying to destroy history, Karen, that's for sure. They are wrong in removing monuments, in my opinion. Uh, they're saying that the group was led by Richard Spencer, president of the National Policy Institute, which has been described as a white nationalist think tank. Which I find funny because anytime Antifa goes out, nobody ever says this group is part of George Soros or Barack Obama. None of that. They never connect with anyone. Democrats are trying to cover up that they own the slaves. Yep, why not just start burning books? Well, they would if they could, Shauna. And Monique was saying on the other thing that how disturbing and sad the little boy is going to remember this for the rest of his life. He will never forget it, and that is so sad. Jamie said we had a rally in our town to fight to keep the rebel flag up at our courthouse. It's in my scope. Did they keep it, or is it still there? I take it. Oh, Don had Psalms 27. If we do battle, we do. They burn flags, don't they? Yes. Still in limbo, Jamie said. The Confederate flag is heritage, not hate. Yes, Hugh. Too bad, folks. We don't honor racism in this country. Nobody's a racist, so why would you? But those monuments are part of history, and it dooms us to repeat it. Yeah, Paul, your Democrat Party was the party of slavery. Yeah, you said that before, Paul. So thanks for repeating yourself, and we'll see you later. Paul had to go, everybody. Glad I'm at independent cause both sides being ridiculous. Well, independence would be if there were more of them. Those who don't learn from history are doomed to repeat it. Yes. Bye, Paul. Bye, Paul. Paul had to run. Black Americans helped shape America as much as anyone, slave or not. That's true, LA Child. Susan Block, game on point. Yes, Jamie. Still is the party of slavery. Democrats, yes. Pauline, yeah, had coffee with Maxine coming up, so Paul had to go. You're right, Amanda. The crossbars go back to Scotland. Hearts for Paul. We have two of them flying where I live, you said. Sets a bad precedent. Where do you stop removing offensive monuments? You don't, Jerry. They're not going to until they get them all gone. Democrat Party proves time and again they are evil, LA Child says. I mean, look at Washington, D.C. and how many monuments. Are we going to eventually take down the Lincoln Memorial? I mean, if they could, they would. I'm offended by Moss since 9/11. Chief He Who said. Let's remove offensive Democrats. If only we would vote them out, that would be great. I know, Bill Timber. What is we got all these professors from different countries overseas teaching at our universities, and if something offends them, they use the college kids to rally and protest. So true. Well, in D.C., there are many designs alluding to Freemasonry. That's true, Jerry. Grandparents were Dems, and they were not even they wouldn't recognize it today. I know, Susan. It is. It's a changed, absolute changed world, and changed party. My brain is so slow at the moment, Shauna said. Are you hungry, Shauna? It's almost lunchtime for you. No soup for you, Shauna. No soup for you. Think about the big deal it was when they accused President Trump for removing the bust of MLK. Exactly. That's a good point. Absolute good point. Mosques are built to signify domination. Yep. Dad was Amanda said Dad was a Democrat who would roll in his grave. Dawn said he's offended by those who are offended. Yeah, Bill says, Shauna, there's cake in the overhead. Hey, Mike, good to see ya. Which he never removed the MLK bus. That's right, Jerry. All he had to do was be accused of it. And again, accusations to the Democrats are fact. I'll see you're offended and raise you a trigger, you said, laughing. Uh, I don't want to show my feet, but you can show your feet by going out the door. Uh, so, yeah. So, in other news, also, that guy had to go. He beaten feet out. Yeah. MySpace, Tom. Anybody has a MySpace? Does anybody still have MySpace? Seriously? Is that still around? I don't even go look. He's a bit old school. Yeah, I was going to say. Wow. I thought, that went away a long time ago. So, I blocked him before you did. Good block, Robin. Guess but haven't been in there in years. Anybody still there? I mean, come on. In other news, Bill fell down the stairs outside today. Sorry, Bill. Are you okay? Hey, Ellen, good to see you. Watch MySpace. Tom was everybody's friend. Yes, he was. Wasn't he? That's why Tom was asking to see feet, because he loved everyone. Snowflakes in MySpace. Well, they were coming in here, too, Amanda, just a minute ago. MySpace Tom. I do have my page there. Top blogger there is still a friend on Twitter. Wow. Skinny, nobody here to pick me up. Wow, Bill. You should have called Don. I bet he would have rushed right over. Okay, Susan, talk to you later. Jennifer said we had 8 years of Obama pushing Islam down our throats and told us not to judge Muslims because the Muslims, I judge them because of their behavior. They're good analysis, Jennifer. Don said, sorry, my grandparents were raised in somewhere. In the Great Depression, embrace the snowflakes. Start a new social network for libs called Safe Space. That would be great. Judge the radicals. Jamie said, autocorrect sucks, Dims. Okay. I almost read Dawn's statement again, and I caught myself again, thankfully. Okay. So, the other thing is James Comey and his wife were out in public. Yeah. Chief, sometimes when people behead people, he thinks they're evil. I judge everyone by their behavior, JJ says. Yeah, I mean, basically, they can take that safe space and put it where the sun don't shine. And the San Diego Unified School District, apparently, Shauna. Comey is whining now, yes. It's hard to see a 6'8" man, whine. Jennifer said, yes, it sucks. So Comey was out in public in Washington, D.C. Over the weekend. Sapphire Barbie doll, good to see you. He went backstage with his wife to meet the cast of the National Theater in D.C. It was a show called Fun Home, and it was a Tony Award-winning musical called Fun Home. Haven't heard of it, but I'm not in D.C. or on the East Coast. And I should have said when I started the scope, I'm so sorry. I should have said this. I am 2,685 miles from the White House. Okay, so back to it. The president doesn't even need an excuse to fire the FBI director. Dang good thing I'm not dating age. There are no manly men from 18 to 30. Amen to that, Shauna. I said that, Irish, it was a joke. A lot of the Periscope pundits come on and say, hi, I'm broadcasting from inside the press corps, or I'm a couple of blocks away from the White House. So I'm just letting everybody know I'm 2,685 miles away from the White House. Two blocks. So anyway, some people got that joke, some people didn't, so I had to go back and explain it. It's a joke, Irish. That's all. The president gave at least 4 reasons to fire Comey, but they only talk about grandstanding. Yeah, Shauna got it. Oh, and for all of you who are still here, just 3,000. Ah, thanks, Jamie. The package is due to be delivered on the 17th, I was told. So the Prime Minister was on Facebook just now answering questions. 22,000 questions came in. Sheesh. That's pretty amazing. So the package should arrive on, what is that, Wednesday? Jamie's 1,750 miles away from D.C. Have a great day, Amanda. You too. I have a show coming up in an hour. If you're on Facebook, go to Veterans Voice of America. Veterans Voice of America. I will have a live show on there with a man who's an attorney and a veteran, and you can ask questions and all that. Rough times in the Trump show. Does North Korea really need to be hammered? We'll find out. Probably not at this point, and I don't think anybody has intentions right now to do that. So, all right, you guys, thank you for coming in. It's a great Monday. Have a great day, and we will talk soon. Take care. All right, everybody on Facebook, we'll see you later. Take care, and I'll talk to you soon.